price. We're going to start out, oh man, this is a great lineup. So the dealio is gemstone jewelry. Can't promise you with everything that's going on in the world, gold prices, silver prices, import, all this stuff. We can have this next year. In fact, I can guarantee you we can't. This is never going to be this price again. Kunzite, pink sapphires. Silver and rose. Those are the metals. What's inside? How about 2 carats, 45 points. Sapphires, pink sapphires, ½ carat. White zircon, 1/10 of a carat. Gorgeous. Regular QVC price, $412. Worth it, day in, day out. Tonight, first time ever, never before, and never again if it sells out, 5C payments of $50. Here comes Caroline Irvin. Caroline Irvin is a gemologist, GIA. She's also like a high-end, like she does these auctions, like multi-zillion-dollar auctions, which is amazing to see and watch. Look at love. Your lighting is great. Where are you right now? What is it? It's like some sort of special
I'm
studio?
actually in New York City because I'm doing some charity auction galas this week. I have a big one tonight, so I'm headed there after this. Yeah.
All right. Great to have you here. Always love your expertise. Love that you're our guest. Okay, I mentioned it earlier. Everything's on clearance priced. So make no mistake. These are not like used gems. They're not simulated. They're not like with the broken clasp. These are first-rate, first-run, amazing, amazing gems. These are jaw-dropping prices for what you are seeing. And what are we seeing here, Caroline?
Yeah, this necklace is so gorgeous. I'm wearing it tonight. I'm going to wear it to the gala this evening. It is a show-stopping pendant, and it combines exotic gems with precious gems, and then we give you that sparkly zircon as well. So what's really cool about it is it's not just one halo, it's 2 halos, and we've left the edge of it scalloped. And so it's just like a pendant that you haven't seen before.
By the way, I'm going to show that extender is 18 inches plus a 2-inch extender. So to your point, your neckline, you're going to a gala tonight. Next week, you might want to pull it up with a jewel neck. All there, 18 to 20 inches. It's absolutely gorgeous. But let's talk about that middle stone. $249. This is 2.5 carats of a gemstone called Kunzite. Might this not be one of the most misinterpreted stones? When people see it, they don't know what it is?
Yeah, they don't know what it is. And it's a relative newcomer to the world of colored gemstones. It was discovered in 1912, and it's an American gemstone story. It was first discovered, the first deposits of it were discovered in San Diego County, California. And so since then, it has slowly gotten into some jewelry, but it still is quite difficult to find. You go into your average jewelry store, they're probably not going to have Kunzite. Maybe they'll have one piece with Kunzite, but they're not going to be all that familiar with it. And it's a beautiful gemstone. It's a spodumene, and it has a purple-pink combination to the color.
And that perfect pink combination, like there it is on Stacy, it works extraordinarily well with the stones that are surrounding it. And are these, would you call these? I've got sapphires on my card here, but it says pink sapphires in our little title. So a lot of people don't realize that sapphires can be pink.
Yeah, they don't. I know. Because when you think of sapphire, of course, you think of the most popular sapphires, which are blue. But sapphires actually come in nearly every color of the rainbow, except for red. That would be a ruby. That's also a form of corundum. But pink sapphires are such a lively, gorgeous gemstone. And you can see they look even more saturated if you're choosing that rose gold plated option. Or if you choose that rhodium plated sterling, you get that icy coolness to it.
By the way, we're seeing this chain. It's a gorgeous chain that comes along with this. And you can see it in that rose. So let's just give some love to that rose, because that rose, we just had a lab-grown today's special value, lab-grown diamond today's special value. First one we ever did. And 99% of lab-grown diamonds that are out there are set in 14-karat gold. And that's great. And you love it. Or they're set in platinum, right? Thousands and thousands of dollars that we know. This was set in sterling. And our customers, you who are watching right now, you reacted. You said, yeah. It's not about the metal. No, it's about the rock. I want the rock. So in this case, to look at the way we've done that rose gold. So it's clad, if you will, or plated in 14 karat rose gold over sterling silver. So precious metal meets precious metal. And the result is beautiful. It just comes alive. So it's a gorgeous piece. What do you think about when you hear about 2.5 carats of real gems of anything for under $250? You just don't hear those numbers, do you?
Yeah, no, you don't. And this one in particular, ever since we debuted this pendant, and no matter what price we've had it at, I'm like, this is a huge look for the dollars. To me, this looks like it would be on the auction block, you know,
Right.
one of the major auction houses. It's so high end in its look, but you're absolutely right. Since we've done it in that sterling, it makes it much more approachable than if it were in gold, which would more commonly be what you would see these stones set in.
So let's go into a little geek speak here. Be our gemologist, if you would. Kunzite. I mean, I Morganite, Kunzite. Some of these, are they named after people? Because sapphire is not named after a person. Tanzanite's not named after a person. So what is Kunzite?
Yeah. So Kunzite is named after George Frederick Kunz. And interestingly enough, he was good friends with J.P. Morgan, who got the Morganite named after him. And George Frederick Kunz was the chief gemologist at the turn of the century. He worked for Tiffany & Co. And he was really a gem discoverer. He was credited with exploring, discovering new gemstone deposits, and then incorporating them into jewelry. And so he got this named after him, which was quite an honor. But we owe him, as gemologists, a huge amount in the field of gemology. He was just incredibly as a contributor.
800-575-90. There's no reorder on this. They've never, ever been brought at this price before. So your choice is the silver or the rose. That's the metal. Both are going to have this combination of Kunzite and then pink sapphires. Double halo on this, J438-819. Those earrings at the top of the show, they're coming up later, but you know and love. They've never been this price.